What's up, guys? Have you ever went to the hardware store, the barbecue store, and saw all these different fire starters and wondering which one you should buy and which one is the best? Well, we're going to take a look at 4 of these that I have in my inventory coming up.
He's a bad beast on that barbecue, on the grill or the smoker. He knows just what to do. He's a bad beast on that barbecue.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we're going to be looking at 4 charcoal starters that I have in my inventory. Okay, I have the Zip grill starter cubes, the Frontier Tumbleweeds, the Barbecue Woods Easy Fire, and the Kamado Joe charcoal starters. Okay, we're also going to be taking a look at a homemade version that somebody has suggested to me on my channel by taking some cotton balls and dipping them in Vaseline and seeing just how well they act as a fire starter. Okay, so hey, we're going to do 3 experiments today. The first experiment is we're going to see just how long each one of these burn, okay? The second experiment is going to be how hot each one of these burn. And the third experiment is we're going to be taking 3 pieces of charcoal and piling it up over each one of these and letting them burn for 10 minutes to see which one ashes over more or ashes the coals over more within a 10-minute burning period. Okay, so hang around and let's get started with experiment number 1. For experiment number 1, we laid out each one of the fire starters and set each one on fire. We let them burn completely out and timed them from the start till finish. The results were as follows. The Tumbleweed burned for 8 minutes and 43 seconds. The Kamado Joe burned for 12 minutes and 56 seconds. The Zip starter burned for 14 minutes and 42 seconds. And the Easy Fire burned for 12 minutes and 22 seconds. Ironically, the burn length time had nothing to do with how hot each one of the fire starters could get. There was no correlation, which you'll see in experiment 2. In experiment number 2, we took a heat gun and measured the maximum temperature of each fire starter. The results were as follows. The Tumbleweed fire starter came in at 826 degrees. The Kamado Joe fire starter came in at 820 degrees. The Zip fire starter came in at 856 degrees. And the Easy Fire starter came in at a low 674 degrees. In experiment number 3, we took each fire starter and covered them with 3 pieces of Kingsford charcoal. We then lit each fire starter and allowed them to burn for 10 minutes each. Here we was trying to see how much of the 3 charcoals would ash over in a 10-minute burn period. And here are the results. The Tumbleweed fire starter came in 4th place. The Zip fire starter came in 3rd. The Kamado Joe came in 2nd. And the Easy Fire won 1st place. The use of a cotton ball and some Vaseline proved to be a viable option if necessary. The cotton ball burned for 5 minutes and 9 seconds, and it got up to 720 degrees maximum heat. However, it did not burn long enough for it to ash over any of the Kingsford coals. All right, guys, so we finished with our experiment, and you saw the results of all 4 or 5 if you want to count the Vaseline, okay? And which one do I prefer? Me personally, I like the Tumbleweeds with a close second to the Zip Cubes, okay? I think they burn much cleaner and they start much quicker than the other two, okay? Also, the Backwoods Flavor Easy Fire cubes are wrapped in plastic, and what I don't like about those is you light the plastic bag and it burns with a black soot, okay? And that is up in the air, and you breathe that and you can smell that, so I'm not quite a fan of that. So I know there are other charcoal starters out there, and we may pick up some other ones to test in the near future, but for my money, I like the Zip and the Tumbleweed, okay? Well, thanks for joining us today. That's all we have time for. Hey, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, hey, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you on board. Hit the notification bell so you'll know every time we put out a new video, okay? Well, like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Hey, as always, hey, we'll see you guys around the smoker.